I just feel it's nice to have all this table space after we got the interns to clear out those coffee.
Yeah,
cups
thank
for
God.
us. Seriously,
yeah.
I finished that hours ago.
Yeah, I'm just cluttering
Yeah.
at this point.
Cold.
No.
Who do we got?
All right, so that brings us into our next character, King Boo. So, personally, one of my favorite characters in the game. His sweet spot typically goes undervalued by the majority of the club. While, I value it pretty highly. You could charge up for the home run, or his base hit's pretty good. It's got similar to the value of Boo in the fact that it can curve, it can hug that first to third line, and also his uncharged star hit has the potential for home runs if you hit the sweet spot.
True.
If not, you hit an inner bat, it can also be good for a single or a double right over the infield line. So King Boo comes as one of my most valuable picks.
I think King Boo he's definitely a dangerous hitter. Pitching around King Boo is something, you have to be very, very careful of.
I will say to that point, I found that people tend not to be able to hit the ball if it's outside.
Right.
Not necessarily a ball, but if it's just on the outside, it's harder to hit. Whereas on the inside, I feel like I'll cancel into a homer.
For
a lot.
sure.
Yeah, King Boo is
Pitch outside
kind of
the ball.
susceptible to being bullied.
A little
on
bit.
the outside. Not
Yeah.
nearly to the extreme as like the monkeys are, specifically the smaller monkeys.
Right.
But it's definitely a factor.
He has
it's
the
not too much
range,
to pitch
but-
around.
As we mentioned with Goomba, a little bit of an optical illusion bat.
Yeah,
a little
it's
bit.
true. You're almost like swinging through it, which is ironic because it's a ghost.
Right.
But you could be like almost certain. There are plenty of times where I'll swing, and I'm
Yeah.
almost certain
Although-
that I made solid contact, and it's a complete whiff.
Let's talk
Right.
about when that guy's running the bases too. He doesn't have legs,
No.
so I don't know how Lakitu judges when he's safe, when he's
I know,
probably
that's-
oh, yeah.
clearly not. He's
I was-
clearly not.
Yeah.
I think it's the shadow.
He's a
has the
great-
pass
Right.
over.
The
Right.
Boos are great
You're right.
base runners because they're blurred lines right there. That you
Right.
don't know,
Yep.
Right.
when they're safe, when they're out. The one thing I have to say about King Boo is his infamous nickname as he's the king of foul balls.
The king of foul
Yep.
balls.
He's the king
Yeah,
of
he is.
foul balls.
Yeah, even if you are able to make that like
Even if
1
you-
in
yeah.
10 chance of like getting
That great
contact, it's
contact,
probably gonna go foul.
You know it
Right.
goes foul right past the right foul
Yep.
line.
Right.
It
Yeah.
always does.
Yeah, and if you're a second too early, then it goes to the left.
Right.
But I mean, at the same time, I do recognize that King Boo is a threat.
Yeah.
He is
Of
a good.
course,
He
of
is
course.
still overall a good hitter. He's good for home runs.
Did you guys talk
It-
about the star hit at all?
Yeah,
or
yeah,
did
he
you-
mentioned
I
the
did.
star hit.
Yeah, we did bring up
Okay.
star hit.
And
about
the star hit is very good and
how- home
valuable.
potential.
In
Yeah.
addition, I mean, I generally stick him on the infield on the third baseline.
Yeah.
I was
Super
about to
jump.
say
He has that
third
high
base,
jump
that
for the
was
potential
jump.
of robbing
Is that high or
anything,
super?
or super,
Super jump.
super jump.
Oh no, they're the same. They're the same.
Right,
We
the
talked
same
about
thing.
that last time.
Right.
Yeah.
And as a potential PD Piranha pick on first, that chemistry is lethal.
It is.
Like that's a
character.
cannon.
Good on, good
They
on.
are very.
It
I think his
is.
fielding is in fact orange. I think it is.
Right.
Yeah.
And a decent dive too. That spinning.
The barrel roll, I think, is
Spinning
weak.
that.
Yeah.
Really.
I do. I think
Okay.
it's relatively weak. I don't think you
go
can get
very
to nearly
far.
as many balls as you
My
can with a
thing
regular
is
dive.
with
Right.
King Boo especially is that I don't think the Boo characters can dash. I think they're always at top speed.
Really.
Because what I find is that
that's interesting.
isn't it funny? Because when I find if King Boo's on third base and I hit a fly ball to left foul territory, King Boo's really able to run that down.
Right.
He really gets there insanely quick, and he's big. I don't think he has to dash. I don't think you can dash with that character.
That's something we're gonna have to look into.
Yeah, that's an
really
interesting point.
I don't know about that. I'm
I
not
don't
saying
know if
he's
that's just-
I mean, I think he's they're relatively fast because they're light.
Yeah.
Kind of speedy.
Right.
Even though King Boo is technically a heavy.
Even it, yeah.
But I don't know about that. That's an interesting
Something
thing.
we gotta
We'll
look
have
into.
to, we'll have to test
Some
that
research in the lab.
out. Yeah, in the lab for sure.
Boo in the lab.
But back to the defense, what I wanted to mention too is that even without PD at first, I still think that KB has an
Oh,
absolute
for
cannon.
Yep.
He's a top third baseman for sure.
Probably my favorite third baseman in the game.
Very
Actually,
I
with the
agree.
super jump and the cannon, it's ideal
Yes.
to the hot corner.
Yep.
The
That's
third
got
base, I used to think that the third base you kind of just threw a bad fielder there because it didn't matter, but the ability to hunt down fouls and just a lot of things along that line
Right.
are really kind of important.
Well,
Sure.
not only hunt down fouls, but get the ball across the diamond quick enough
Yeah.
to pour it out.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
So it may
He's
not be
very good at that.
right, but it may not occur as often as it does in, let's say, the shortstop or second base position. But when it does, which is often enough,
Yeah.
you don't want to be giving out free infield singles.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
got to lock it down.
Yeah.
You got to get those
That's
outs.
something that King Boo does very well, and I think that's why he's. And one reason why he's as good as he is.
I'd say so.
Right.
You know, I think he does have, especially because you know, if Boo's usually on the mound with King Boo, they kind of go as like a pair, and
Yep.
King Boo's value goes down significantly if you don't have Boo,
Right.
in my opinion.
Okay.
I agree.
I feel like that could be negated with a PD pick.
And yeah, and,
Right,
and I
right.
would also agree with that.
So
So
sure.
he is, yeah.
All right.
So then,
I-
What do we?
Quick word on the synergy.
Yeah.
Synergy with Boo and Petey, two of top 10 characters.
Yep.
And only anti is Luigi,
which you can work around.
Which is not a
really
problem.
not a problem.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's
Right.
in his favor as well.
Mm-hmm.
Got the,
Luigi, stick him in the stick Luigi in right field. King Boo's on third.
third.
You'll have absolutely no,
No
problem.
issues
You'll
at
have no
all.
issue.
No issue whatsoever.
Just because that man robbed Mario and stuck him in a painting, like
One time.
yeah, one time,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden they can't play baseball together. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Unbelievable.
Oh man,
which way is he trending?
Yeah, so what are we thinking?
gosh. I wanna say he's right where he is, because I personally value him. I'm not as good with his bat as I am, say, Hammer Bro or Petey, but I don't think that he's any worse than we give him credit for. I think he has a great synergy chart. I think he's good in the infield, and he is great at bat, because when you do make that connection, and even if it's a foul ball, he's still such a threat.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's right where he should be. Looking at the list, especially, like it just looks good.
Yeah.
Absolutely a top 10 player.
Yeah,
Right.
I think he's top 10.
I think it's a very appropriate placing.
Okay. I mean, me personally, I'm a huge advocate for King Boo. I think he's definitely trending up. Me personally, with his bat, I mean, I think he's the next best power hitter to Bowser. I know that's definitely controversial and that's not the same across the board, but for me, bat's really good. So definitely trending up.
I'm gonna agree and say he's right where he should be.
Alrighty.
Not that there's really a very small gap, if any, between these power hitters in the next few slots.
Right.
But someone has to be the last of them.
That's true.
I think 9 sounds good. I will say it's a little hard to hit homers with him, but he's got the best animation when he does.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, he's,
So that's-
for
the,
sure.
the spinning when he
The
runs the
swirls.
bases.
Yep. Yep.
He's the washing cycle. It's
Hilarious
unbelievable.
every
So
time.
happy.
Yeah. I mean, look at his picture.
And his
He's
crown
really
never falls
cheesing
off
it.
either.
That's true.
It never
true.
falls off.
Well, he's the king.
Yep.
You know, no one else.
KB.
No one else is the king.
AP.
Great.